All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the U19 Nationals for Field Lacrosse. I'm Simon Chaskovsky. We have ourselves a matchup in between Team Alberta and Team Quebec for the first U19 game, and I would like to apologize first off. We're having a ton of technical difficulties, mainly with our camera currently, so we're going to try and get that fixed as quick as we can, but until then, I'll do my best to just describe what's going on for everyone out there. Currently, it is 3-2 after the first period, with Team Alberta leading, as they had a very strong first period. But Quebec, like I mentioned, only down by a goal, able to stay in it for the majority of it, as we get ready for the first opening face-off here. On our other field here, on field 1, we have Anand calling a game in between Team Ontario and Manitoba. Currently, the score on that is 2-0 Ontario. As we get ready for a face-off here, this one's going to get quickly picked up by Team Quebec, starting to head their way down the floor. It'll get turned over immediately, though. We're not quite turned over. Quebec still is going to be able to hold on to it. They'll head into the neutral zone, moving down the right side. Holding on to it here. They'll get it back at center, regrouping. The left attacker tries to push in, won't quite get by the defender. He'll continue to try and get there. This one's going to be put over the stick of the right attacker, who has to go run and get it. Rushing in with it now is Quebec. They'll take it into the corner. Still plenty of time on the clock. Moving around the outside with it. Pushing in, spins off the defender. He'll juke him out. Rushing in all alone. Won't quite get it off. Has to put it on in the dirt, and we've got a hand in the Ontario charging in here, and they'll get it there, or not Ontario, sorry, Quebec. Quebec charges in here and ties things up 3-3 in that short break there. As now we have a tied game here in the second period. Like I mentioned, we're having a lot of technical difficulties right now, mainly related to our camera here on field 2. We're trying to solve all of those issues as quick as we can, but I can't make any promises as of right now. As we get ready for another face-off after that Quebec goal. As they'll drop the ball, refs move away, and we're going once again. Alberta is going to be quick to jump on it. There's a bit of a dog pile. It'll roll back into the neutral zone. Quebec will have to go backwards and grab it. This one charging forward with it. As they try and set something up. They'll send this one far, a little bit too far out the left side. As Alberta is going to get it back after that turnover. We'll see the long stick defender moving down the field now. It's on the stick of Noah Everson. He sends a far pass to the left side, trying to find someone behind the goal. They'll rush in with it, tries a wraparound. It'll end up behind the goal. Or it'll say it was in. I wasn't quite sure at first. It looks like Alberta will take the lead here off of a great rush, all led off of a rather impressive pass by Noah Everson, going cross field into the attacking zone. As we get ready for another face-off, 4-3 is your score. Both teams getting ready for another face-off now, as we're a little bit over halfway through the second period. It's going to get tossed over. Knocked off his stick. Another dog pile here. We'll see a Quebec player knocked down, so they'll get it right back. As they're going to rotate this one around the outside of the offensive zone now. On the stick of Tristan Ray, he's going to send it over to his teammate. Felix Leduc has it. He'll send it down to the left corner. Quebec continuing to try and set up some offense here, trying to respond to that last Alberta goal. Looks like this one's going to end up going out of bounds. So Alberta's going to get it in their own zone, sending it to their goaltender. We're going to see some short passes here for Alberta to get their offense started. They'll head down the field. Taking this one down the right side. They'll wait for a few changes. That's going to be on the stick of Dobbin. Sending it low. That's Devin Gardner with it. They'll rotate this one around the left corner. He's going to rush with it. Might be able to beat the defender. Won't quite get there. Sends it down center. They'll have an open lane on the right side. That's Dobbin with it once again. He'll push in, turns back. Didn't like it. Walks it back across center. And now this one's going to be around the left side, back behind the goal. They'll continue to try and find something here. Back up high. Alberta with a long possession here. Dobbin with it once again, sending it back down low. Pushing his way in. That's Bulger with it. He'll put that one on goal and bury it, as Alberta gets another one here. So I believe that brings their score up to 5. As we get ready for another face-off here. As an update as to what's going on field 1 here, we just saw a goal from Manitoba, which will be their first of the game. As the refs move away, as we get ready for a face-off. Once again, we're started. Both teams battling for it. Alberta will get the first touch of it, knocked right off. Quebec charging forward now. Sounds like the Alberta bench wants a hit from behind call. Doesn't sound like we'll get it, as it looks like we're going to end up having a timeout call instead, as we'll get a short break here before we head into the second half of the second period. Both teams have returned to the field now after that timeout. There's about 30 seconds left in the period. So we're going to see Quebec start with it here. Down by 2 goals. A goal here going into halftime could be fairly vital for their comeback efforts as they send it down the right side. Back behind the goal. Continuing to try and find an open man. They'll send it down the left side. Pushing in. Back up high. As Dylan Steinwald has it. Across the other side. He'll spin back, trying to find the shot. Sends it back down low. Steinwald sends it to a teammate. He'll get it right back. Quebec with it up high. He sees a lane, pushing in, trying to get by a defender. He'll shoot it low and off of the, I believe, the side of the stick there. Quebec able to get the rebound and a new shot clock. Quebec gets it back up high, continuing to work around Dylan Steinwald up high. Pushing in, tries the shot. Excellent save by Team Alberta goaltender. As I believe that's Barrett Clark in net. As they head the other way, chance for Team Alberta. They'll go low and bury that one. Bringing things up to 6 goals for them. 6-3 is now your score as Alberta starting to gain a bit of momentum and run away with it a little bit. Still a whole half to go. Plenty of time for Quebec to try and put something up there, but it's been a pretty impressive second period so far for Team Alberta. As we get ready for another face-off here. It's a Team Alberta win, but it'll be picked up by Quebec. Both teams quickly jumping on it. It'll be Quebec coming out on top of it. They'll head the other way now. On the stick of Naria. He'll hand this one off. As Capella has it now, he'll send it across. They'll start to rotate it around. Fournier has it. They'll slow things down, waiting for a teammate to get back in the zone. Sending it back behind the goal now. He'll start to run it around the right side, getting knocked down as we get a quick whistle. Quebec's just going to get it right back. Long pass, charging in. Chance here for Fournier, goes one-handed. And I think they're going to say no goal. Oh, they'll say it was a goal. There's a lot of applause from the fans here. We see a few Quebec flags in the crowd right now, coming a long way to support their team. That brings we'll get ready for another face-off here. A little bit of conversation about that goal as it seemed Team Alberta thought that it went off the post. The referee on the play disagreed. So we'll wait to see what results of this. They're going to head right out for a face-off, and it looks like that will be the official call. And Team Alberta is also going to be in the box for 1 minute on a slashing call. Send for it. I believe that's Ryder Bamung. Or no, sorry, Andrew White. I had the numbers mixed up on that one. Alberta wins the face-off cleanly, trying to turn back with it. He'll hold on to possession, but we'll get an instant whistle, and that will do it for the first half of play here. So far, your score is 6-4, with Alberta having a really strong second period. We'll be right back with you for the third period and plenty more in just a little bit. Good chance by Team Alberta there. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Just had to quickly get things back underway. We saw a chance by Team Alberta, but it didn't necessarily come to much. And now Quebec's heading the other way. It'll get knocked off his stick. Team Alberta on the rush. Alberta charging in, passes it across the slot, but won't quite get there as that pass just goes a little bit past its target. And now Quebec has it, and they'll try and head back the other way. Charging forward with it, that'll be Quebec, trying to see if they can find something, sending it down the left side. They'll find Capella up high on the right side, sending it back low. Rushing up with it, Team Alberta picks it up, and it looks like we're gonna have a foul, as we're gonna see someone heading to the box. It'll be a 1-minute slashing penalty to I believe the Team Alberta. Doesn't look like they're necessarily too happy about it. Noah Everson heading to the box. Quebec continuing to work this one around. Quebec has it up high. Continuing to push in, trying to spread out this defense, find someone in front and off the crossbar on that one. It's a near chance. Broken up by nothing but the metal. Alberta heading back the other way. Trying to send it down low, and we've got multiple flags in the air. As we've got 2 players in the box, one for either team, it's going to be a slashing call for 1 minute. Sitting for Quebec is Dylan Steinwald. For Alberta, it is still Everson. As there's going to be another player added for Quebec. So that's Nathan Tesler. And now another player for Alberta, as we've got a loaded box right now. There's a bit of a party going on. 4 players currently serving penalties. Alberta starting their offense up. As we're getting about some 4-on-4 action. So there's a bit of confusion on the field right now as to what's going on. Finally, it looks like we're getting things started again as Alberta starts to work their way around. Both teams still with 2 players in the box. Alberta was able to get that one on goal. Excellent save by the Quebec goaltender. He'll hold it for a moment, sends a short pass to the right side. And we'll see a long bomb here right across center. And Everson leaves the box to try and pick it up, but it'll go right into the Quebec bench. Team Alberta is not too happy with the call to give this one to Quebec. Quebec charging forward, gets it knocked off his stick. And that is going to do it. At least for the second period, I believe. All right, welcome back. We're still having a ton of technical issues that we're trying to figure out. But one change that we did notice in between a few things was a goaltending change for Team Alberta. As now your score is 7-4 after a Team Alberta goal there. Team Alberta having a fairly good go at it so far in this one. So that's their first goal of the second half. We've got a face-off here. Both players immediately pin it down as we've got this one stuck directly at center in the dirt. Finally, one of them moves. It looks like Quebec will be the first ones to jump in it as they get in some backup. Both teams still fighting for it. It's stuck in the dirt. Nobody knows where it is. Team Alberta finally gets a handle of it, and now they're heading the other way. This one's going to get sent all the way across. Team Alberta setting things up. Manigan has it. Sending a long pass. Back up high. They're continuing to work this one around. Spinning off the blocker there. Won't quite. He'll end up losing it off his stick, sending it into the left corner. Back up high. Team Alberta continuing to rotate it. Haven't taken a shot yet. Working in. Tries it. Puts it behind the goal instead. Finds someone in front and buries it. Team Alberta brings their total up to 8. Some incredible ball movement there to be able to send it behind the goal, show some patience instead of shooting it before getting it immediately back. Be able to put a nice shot from really in close, make it tough for the goaltender. That's a pretty solid showing for Team Alberta in their first game of the U19 Nationals. They're going to be playing all week long. Same with Team Quebec, as both of them will get plenty of opportunities to show us what the best of the best in their province has to offer. As we'll see Quebec head the other way now. They'll rotate it, sending this one back behind. They'll find someone in front. Long shot, and an easy save there as McDonough is able to get in front of that one. Everson has it. He'll hand it off. Finds Sartison. They'll send this one back behind the goal. That's Barrett Clark with it on his stick. Sends this one across as they continue to try and break their way in. It's on the stick of Sartison. Sartison doesn't like it, sends it back to Dobbin. Dobbin's far out in the neutral zone here. He has to send one far. Alberta running out of time, rushes in, tries the odd angle shot and puts it off the corner. Dobbin taking it up high in the neutral zone here. Couple changes here for Alberta. We'll see Bolger entering the fray. Alberta with it up high here. Dobbin has it on his stick. He's going to push his way in, sending it down the right side, right along the goal line. The Alberta, that's Clark behind the goal. Clark pushing in, diving for it. He gets knocked down, won't get the shot off. But we got whistles. So it looks like Team Alberta will have the man up here with a Quebec player heading to the box. As Fournier has to go and serve. Quebec heading down the way, charging forward with it now. Sends a long pass in there. So that's going to go all the way down the floor. As we have flags in the air again, and it looks like we might see a few players heading to the box here. I'll be correct on that one. Team Alberta is going to have Bellevue in the box. Quebec charging in on the left side now. They'll continue to work it around. Seedwall outside, pushing through with it. Down in the corner, back up high. Quebec trying to set something up. He'll take a few whacks. Back to the corner. Finally finds someone open, but McDonough with an excellent save. Sending that one into the corner straight off the post. McDonough with another save as he's had to be stellar. First save going off his stick, the second one popping off the rebound of the first, where he was able to just cover it right up. Quebec heading the other way after an excellent defensive stand. Fakes the shot, walks back out with it, setting it back out in front. Alberta still trying to find something here. They'll choose to just send it all the way down. And it looks like we'll be getting our timeout for the third quarter. Alberta is going to start with it here out of the third period break. They'll take it back behind the goal now. Sending it back high. Making their way around. Nice dodge. Tries the shot and he'll bury it. Team Alberta grabbing another goal here right outside after the break. So that brings them up to 9. As the home team of this tournament currently has looked very, very strong so far. So we get ready for another face-off here. Team Alberta quickly jumping on it here off the face-off. Quebec gets the steal. They're heading the other way. Gets knocked off his stick. We've got a flag in the air once again. So it looks like Quebec is going to get it back. We're going to get a 1-minute slashing penalty assessed to Team Alberta. Heading to the box to serve this one will be Andrew White. Quebec starting their man up. This passes off and it goes from the far right corner all the way up to the top left. Quebec having to run and chase it, but it won't roll too far as they'll just end up wasting a few seconds and getting things started again. They'll rotate things around the outside here, sending it all the way to the other side of the field. Shot chance, waves it off, tries this one, won't quite find the netting. So McDonough didn't even have to make a save as it rolled to the right side. Charging in with it. Team Alberta knocking it off the stick of the attacker. See a Quebec attacker trying to jump on it, and we'll see a quick dog pile before we get a whistle. It'll be rewarded back to Quebec as they get an offensive possession out of this. Back down low. Quebec trying to force their way in. He'll have to gather it back outside. Steinwald has it. Walking in. Fakes off of the play. Passes it off. That'll be a shot from the outside there, but that'll be Laverne not quite able to get it off. Quebec continuing to work their way around. Finally finds something in front. No one there to stop it, but it whistles right by that left post. McDonough once again wasn't needed. Quebec trying to pick it up in the slot here. It's popped up. Alberta gets the steal, trying to turn the corner. He's going to rush down the floor. Picking this one up. Bolger has it. He'll send it back up high. Right in front. Team Alberta buries another one. As that brings them into double digits. Quite the offensive showing by the home team here in Calgary. We'll get things back underway here. There is a bit of confusion related to the score. Looked like there may have been a faulty substitution there. As we're going to get a little bit of a break before we get things started once again. Team Alberta with it in the offensive zone here. It'll get knocked off their stick. And with that, that'll do it here for the third quarter of play. It'll be 10-4 after quite the offensive third. Alberta doing a fairly good job keeping Quebec at bay. And we'll be back with you for the fourth quarter. All right, we're about to start the fourth quarter here. And with that face-off, we're underway. Bulger's going to win it, and he'll win it clean before getting knocked down. Team Quebec has to quickly jump on it, and now they'll head the other way off the face-off. Team Quebec starting their offense. They'll send it down to the left side. Walking in with it in to the left corner now. He'll walk across center. Sending it back down low. It's off the stick of Fournier. He'll get it right back. Back up high, long shot. McDonough does a good job to reject that one. Sending it flying into the, or outside, excuse me. Quebec starting things up once again. They'll start it back up high. Fournier has it. He'll push in, fakes right, goes left, tries the shot, but goes right by that post to once again send it back out. Team Quebec is going to start with it behind the goal after that out of bounds call. Fournier back up high. He has it in the center of the field, sends it back down, gets it right back. Sends it across, walking in with it, spins right, tries the bounce shot, but puts it a little bit too high, not quite able to hit McDonough as it once again goes out of bounds. High pass from Quebec. Fournier spins off of it, fakes the shot, sends it back around. Back down low. Ends up getting it knocked off his stick, and now Team Alberta trying to head the other way. Steinwald fighting for it. He's going to lose it. Picked up down the left side. Puts his shoulder down. There's a big hit happen there at center. And looks like we're just going to see both teams go in for a quick timeout, as we'll go into our fourth period break. Both teams have now returned back to the field of play. Quebec going to be getting the ball here. Still looking to try and put up a little bit more offense. The game has ran away a bit for them, but still have the chance to go into their next games later in this tournament with a bit more momentum. They'll work their way in on the right side. Spinning his way around. He'll get knocked down. Instant flag gets thrown in the air. And we might be seeing Team Alberta heading to the box. as Becca Mondragon is in the box now. As we'll see Quebec get the man up, making their way in down the left side. Tried a high pass, didn't quite find the right man, and ends up down right next to the stands. We'll see Quebec get it off the whistle, and now they'll rush back in. Steinwald has it. Nice shot by Fournier, goes awry. Back up high, Steinwald passing it over. Gets it right back, fakes the shot, he'll take it. Ends up getting bounced right back out, and now Team Alberta trying to rush back down the floor. Both teams getting in a few changes before we get things back going once again. Score is currently 11-3. Team Alberta working it around the goal. They'll put it back down low. Continue to try and push this one in. Diving shot won't go. The Quebec goaltender making an excellent save. As they push back down the floor. Picking it up right along the far side, excuse me. Quebec trying to push their way in. That's on the stick of Fournier. Fournier charging forward. McDonough makes an excellent save. We got flags in the air now. So we're going to see a few quick calls. Team Alberta going to the box. It'll be White going to serve. So we might be getting a procedural penalty now as Hannigan joins White in the box. It'll actually be Doan. There's 2 men down. Team Alberta is going to try and defend this attempt by Quebec. Steinwald up high, sending it across to Fournier. Back to Steinwald, tries the shot. Goes by that right post, and it'll go all the way back. So once again, they're going to have to go try and recover the ball from wherever it ended up after that last play. Quebec trying the behind-the-back pass from the front. Won't go. Still trying to get a little bit more offense in a game that they have very much fallen behind in, but have still looked good nonetheless. Steinwald starting to push. White finally leaves the box, ending the man up. As now they have it in the left corner. He'll start to rotate it around the outside, back in front. Quebec wasting down a bit of clock. Rushing in is Fournier. Back down low, charging forward, tries the bounce shot, but it'll end up hitting the side of the goal, not the front. And we'll see McDonough send this one out. And now Team Alberta's heading the other way. trying to rush forward. It gets knocked off his stick. Picked back up by Quebec. Team Alberta continuing to try and work with it. Knocked off his stick once again. Fournier will be there to recover it. As back-to-back turnovers by both squads. Quebec on the fast break. Cross the crease, but McDonough getting there in time. Team Alberta taking it behind the goal here. Quebec's going to get the chance for some offense. Sending it back up high. It'll be Alberta getting the steal here. It's on the stick of Clark. Clark spinning with it, gets knocked off his stick. Quebec moving forward. They'll try and set something up, taking it up high. They'll work things around. Bounce shot, goes by the right post. McDonough has been very solid for Team Alberta since entering the game around the second period. Quebec has it in the right corner here. As Quebec are going to continue to rotate things around the outside, pushing in, bounces off the block, sending it to the other side. Long shot, blocked in front by the defender. Alberta heading the other way. It's on the stick of Clark. Clark's going to charge for it on the fast break. He's got a teammate with him too. Doan has it. Doan trying to hold on to it, but it gets knocked off his stick. He's put into the dirt. And it looks like Quebec might end up getting called on a penalty. Won't be a full penalty. It looks like they'll just be forced to give it up to Alberta. Alberta starting their offense here. Sending it down low into the corner. Sent behind the goal now. Back to the other side. Finds Gardner. Gardner walks with it. Sending it back up high. Back to Gardner. Gardner in the bottom left corner. He spins off of the block. Trying to find somebody. Sending it back up high to reset it. Doan rushing in. Trying to put something on goal. He won't. Ends up in the left corner. There's a bit of a dog pile. It'll be the Team Alberta jumping on top of it. Sending it back up high. Sent across by Bolger. It's bobbled though, and it might end up going all the way out. Team Alberta barely keeping it in. Clark able to dive on it. Team Alberta gets it back. Gardner has it, sends a long pass. Bolger has it once again on the left side. He's going to push in. Doesn't quite find what he's looking for. Has to send it back outside. On the right side now. Long shot is put on goal by Gardner, and he buries it, as that brings them up to 12. An excellent showing so far by Team Alberta. As we get ready for another face-off here, we'll see both Bolger and Fournier head out to take it for both Team Alberta and Team Quebec respectively. Both players are going to get ready to go here, and we're back underway. Team Alberta is going to end up winning this face-off clean. Bolger running down the floor. He's all alone, tries to find a teammate. It'll get knocked off his stick in the center. We've got a few bodies on the floor. Bolger will end up with it. takes a shot while sitting down. And we're going to get a few whistles here. Looks like we might be getting a 1-minute slashing call assessed to Quebec. Fournier heading to the box to serve. We've got another flag now. And it looks like Team Alberta might be getting one too. Illegal procedure is going to be the call on Team Alberta. And as a general update on Field 1, we just saw Manitoba versus Ontario come to an end. I believe the final score was 11-3 Manitoba, as they put up quite the showing. Team Alberta has it in the bottom left corner here on the offensive attack. Charging through the crease. Back up high. Long shot. Gets blocked in front by a defender, and Quebec picks it up heading back down the floor. Trying to set something up here. Team Quebec charging back through center. Fakes through two defenders. Beats the third. What a rush. As the Team Quebec attacker has to give it up and back away. As we've got another flag on the play here. Your score is 12-4, Team Alberta leading. As that shot just narrowly misses the net just to the left of McDonough, who didn't have to make a save on that one. We'll see Alberta send a long pass going over the head of everyone and out the back. Quebec has it behind their own goal, giving it to their goaltender. They'll send a long pass. Quebec setting up in the offensive zone now. Handing it off to Seinwald. Seinwald trying to figure out what he has around him. Sending it down into the corner, getting it back up high. He'll have to send it back around. As the ball's going to roll all the way back out after a missed pass by Team Quebec. So they have to restart things from far outside. As Laverne sends it over to Steinwald. Ends up finding Capella. Capella charging in, tries the shot. It'll be blocked in front by a defender, and we've got flags in the air. As it looks like I believe we have 3 flags on the field right now. As there's going to be a lot of penalties coming out of this one. As there was already a call before we saw a shove after the play, or after the first flag was in the air, I should say, which led to the second 2, I believe. And it looks like that'll do it for the game. Your final score, Team Alberta 12, Team Quebec 4. That'll do it for our coverage of this game. Sorry for all the technical difficulties. We're getting it all figured out behind the scenes, and hopefully for all the rest of the games this tournament, we should have everything figured out. But regardless, thank you so much for listening. Have a good afternoon.